You're recording. Yay! You did it. It's recording. Claire, you're good to go.
I am.
It's recording. Oh, now you got to turn off the sound on one of them. Turn off the microphone on one. Sound on one. You should be good now, Claire.
We got some background noise on somebody.
Probably somebody in the car.
Somebody driving. If you're driving, mute your.
I think that's Penny.
There you go. Okay. Sometimes when people are driving, you don't realize how much background noise there is in a car.
Yeah.
And you don't hear it, but we can. So, all right, Claire, take it away, my darling. Or do you want me to take it away?
All right. Well, I think we'll get started. Darn.
Now we can't hear you at all, Claire. You muted both of them.
You're muted on both lines, Claire. There you go.
Okay.
You have to turn off the sound on the other one.
We did. Okay, but I don't think you can see us. Can you?
Yeah, we can. You're good. You're good right here. Don't touch anything.
Awesome. So we just wanted to welcome everybody tonight. We are in Operation Sparkle mode. Here we go. Woo! So I have Michelle here with me, and we are, she's actually putting into place all of the systems that we have been teaching you over the last 6 weeks.
Yes.
And so as she moves her team forward,
Yep.
We are all working together and having these systems in place. So we'll be meeting with each of you as you start to bring more on your team. And I'm just so excited because we don't want to just promote directors. We want to promote leaders in our team. And we want you to be able to help others be successful too. Yes. So we have a special guest. I know she is super, super busy because she is getting ready to go to Mexico. Got my hat ready. And I'm just super stoked to have Judy Joel on here to kick us off for this month because this is a huge, huge month for us. What do you think, Judy?
I think it's a huge month, and I think you guys are going to make history. Woohoo!
So, how can we make history?
Well, this is how you're going to make history. I have to tell you guys, first of all, I've known Claire for many, many years. I've been with the Pampered Chef for almost 10 years, and I've had the pleasure of knowing Claire almost every single one of those years that I've been with the Pampered Chef. I've been in this amazing business for 30 years, and here's what I'm going to tell you. You are blessed to be part of this amazing team, to have Claire as a leader, because she just cares so much about every single one of you. And that statement she made at the opening, where it's not about promoting director, it's about promoting leaders, it's about helping every single one of you be successful in your businesses. And that's what Claire is all about. And the history you're about to make is that you are about to become an executive team at the Pampered Chef. But not only are you about to become an executive team, your organization around you, okay, there's actually a bigger organization that you're part of, right? You're a piece of the Landy organization. And Donna Landy and this entire organization that the Dolger organization is part of, for you new people on the phone, I hope I'm not confusing anybody, is that team is about to go to national executive team. There's another team in the organization that's a sisters with Claire, right? Not blood sisters, but Pampered Chef sisters, who's about to go senior executive in these next couple of months. And this team is about to go executive. And so what could happen in these next 2 months is we could have a national executive director promotion, a senior executive director promotion, and an executive leader promotion. And that is flipping amazing.
Oh, we use the word freaking.
I've never seen it. It's so very exciting. But, you know, beyond the excitement of it, and the energy that's happening around all of this. What's really exciting is to see the growth that's going on in this team and in this entire organization, because there's so many people that are building strong businesses who are earning an income and literally reaching for their dreams and goals in the Pampered Chef. And I'm excited to be with all of you tonight because I believe, so Claire, is everybody on this line is either one of your directors or is working towards directorship, am I right?
And we have others that are peeking in and thinking about it.
All right.
So we invited everybody.
I love people who peek in and think about it. So we have consultants, senior consultants, and team leaders. Some have already made the decision to move ahead, and others who are peeking in. I love that. But so let me start off by saying this, because the fact of the matter is that our consultants, senior consultants, and team leaders at Pampered Chef are very, very important to us. Without every single one of you out there showing off our amazing products, right? Setting your goals, going after them, whether it's 1 or 2 shows in the month or 22 shows in the month. Without every single one of you being the very best consultants you could be, the Pampered Chef, well, this team, the organization, and the Pampered Chef wouldn't be the company it is today. And so I'll start off by saying that no matter what your goals are in this business, the fact that you're part of this team and chosen to be a consultant, senior consultant, or team leader, reaching for those goals is probably the most important piece of the puzzle. And if that's where you're happy, if that's where your heart is, if that's what you want to be, then I would tell you all to just be the very best consultants you can be. What does that mean, to be the very best consultant you can be? Well, number one, it means to set your goals and go after them, share them with your director. Be active every single month and go green by 15, okay? Why do you want to go green by 15? Do you all know what it means to go green by 15? It means at least your very first show of the month, and if you want 5 or 6 of them to come in before the 15th of the month, that's fine. But your very first show of the month has to come in by the 15th. And what that ensures is 2 paychecks in every single month, right? And so being the very best consultant you can be means that you're setting those goals, you're sharing them with your team. You understand that you're an important part of the team, whether that's 1 show or 2 shows a month or 22. It means that you're being active every single month, going green by 15, and participating in meetings like this, whether they're live or they're virtual, the way we're doing it tonight. Oh, and speaking of meetings, Claire, did you tell them?
Tell them what?
I'm coming to Wisconsin to visit. Look at the smile on Rachel's face. She's so happy.
I love you, Judy.
We are so blessed that you are coming to Cottage Grove. You're putting us on the map.
I am. I'm coming to Cottage Grove. I'm going to actually do 2 stints in Wisconsin in the month of June. I'm going to go up a little further north in Wausau. I'm going to do a meeting there. I'm going to come back down and do a meeting for people who want to be a director or are directors, and that's going to be by the Central Wisconsin Airport. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
So any of you on this call are invited to be there if your goal is directorship. And then I'm coming to Cottage Grove that night to do an everybody meeting, which I promise you will not be bored at. We are going to have so much fun that night. And I think, Claire, you were able to get your church for that. Am I right?
Exactly. So it is right here. If you guys want to have supper here quick, you can, and you can zip over. Just let me know.
It's going to be so much fun. Anyway, so I'm sorry I got off course. Is that okay, Claire? I got
It's okay. And it never happens with us.
No, never. I'm not like a squirrel at all. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that's consultants, senior consultants, and team leaders, right? But if you're on this call and you're thinking, could there be more for me in the Pampered Chef? Is it possible for me to really step up my business, to build a team and an organization, to be the next Claire, Rachel, or Claire, Landy? And the answer is absolutely, positively, there's room for everybody in this business, and that's the beauty of it, is that every single one of us can have what everyone else has in this business. It's just a matter of deciding what it is you want, setting those goals, and finding the support around you to make that happen. And as I told you, you have amazing support in Claire and in this entire organization. Michelle, Rachel, And what other directors are on the line tonight, Claire?
Penny is on,
Hi, Patty.
and I don't know if I don't see Angie. And Sonia is on. She's our newest.
Yay, congratulations. Was that just
And
April 1st promotion or May 1st?
May.
May, yay.
Hey.
So your brand spanking new, darling. Good for you.
So yeah, I don't know if Jason's on.
I think I saw Jason.
We have
Jason.
Ryan. We borrowed Ryan for tonight.
Oh, so Ryan. Maybe that's who I saw. We had a lot of people on this call. Good for you.
So,
All right. So why? So can I give you a couple tips on building a strong business, no matter consultant, senior consultant, team leader, or director? So let's start with this. Let's start with, say you're working with Claire and you decide, okay, maybe I'll give this director thing a shot. Maybe I'll put myself in their hands and see if this can really work. The first thing I would tell you all to do is set the goal and do not be wishy-washy about it. Do not say, well, if it happens, that would be nice. You know, that doesn't work that way. Of course it would be nice. It would be nice if somebody put $1 million in my house tomorrow too, but it doesn't mean it's going to happen just because it would be nice. You have to set the goal, right? You have to have an end date on the goal. And then you have to decide what are the step-by-step, the day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month behaviors that I need to put in place to make that happen. That's what Sonia did when she promoted to director, right? She worked very closely, probably with Claire. Yes.
with
And
Sonia is on Rachel's team.
with Rachel. Okay, so she worked very closely with Rachel so that she could achieve those goals. And I think Sonia could tell you that day to day, week to week, month to month, she slowly but surely built to the point where she was able to say, yes, I'm now a director with the Pampered Chef. And the fun has only begun, right? So what's the next goal for you, Sonia? That's the thing that needs to be up here right now, is where do I go from here, right? And that's a whole other conversation. You come on June 26th or 7th, whatever.
Oh, I'll be there.
27th.
27th, and you'll find out where you go from there.
I will be there and promoted.
All right. All right. So the first thing is set the goal, right? Share the goal with people around you. Make sure there's an end date and ask for the support that you need to make it happen. The second step, I'm sorry, I'm getting over a little cold, so I'm going to cough every now and then. I feel another one coming. Some sunshine in Mexico to get this out of my system. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. I'm at the very end of this, and it's just, when I talk too much, it gets right here in my throat.
I heard margaritas solve everything.
I think so, with plenty of salt. You know that salt? Just gargle with margaritas. That'll work every time. Okay, so the second thing is the calendar is the basis. Your show calendar is the basis of every single thing you do, right? And Doris Christopher started this amazing company 37 years ago now, almost. Taught the very first consultants and leaders in this company that balance was important. And her words were, 2 shows a week, no matter what, will get you anything you want in this business. And Doris herself only did 2 shows a week, even in the heyday, because that balance was important to her, not only for her business, but for her family as well. Okay, so what does 2 shows a week mean? It means 2 shows each week, not a 0 this week, a 0 next week, and then 3 and then 4, or 4 and then 4, or 6 in a week. That's not balance. You want a balanced business, consistent. And I want you thinking about your business on a weekly basis, not a monthly basis. If you were all to go to get a part-time job, you'd expect to work every week, right? And you'd want to earn income every single week. That's how I want you thinking about your Pampered Chef business. How many shows each week can you do? How many can you turn in by the 15th of the month so you get those 2 paychecks every single month based on your weekly performance? 2 shows a week, no matter what. And not only is it good for your business because you just get better at it, right? Doing 2 shows a week makes you better at working with your host, doing the demonstration, booking shows from your shows. right? Contacting leads. Doing those 2 shows consistently just gives you a more secure foundation to stand on. And that's why it's important. It's also important for your family. So if any of you on this line have young children, right? And you're going away from home. If you're going away from home a couple nights a week to do shows and you're doing that consistently week after week, that's really easy for your family, for your husband, for your significant other, right? It's easy for them to know. But if you're going 4 times this week and no times next week, and then 3 times and no times again, it's like, what's going on, Mom? What's going on here? You know? So consistency is the key in the business for everybody in your family. And it's better for your business, it's better for you. So from those 2 shows a week, the next tip, 2 shows a week, no matter what. And this was a commitment that I learned about early in my business. And that's exactly how my mentor talked to me about it. And he said to me, his name was Bob. I had a gentleman who was my mentor in this business. And he said to me, Judy, if you book 2 shows from every show you do, you'll never, ever have to worry about a thing. And you're not committing to me. You're committing to yourself because of what you want from your business, what you want for your family. Those 2 shows booked from every show you do is going to make all the difference in the world. And so from that very beginning, I committed to myself that every time I held a show, I had to get 2 shows booked from it. And sometimes I would go to a show and I'd have Claire Doliger as the host. And Michelle and Sonia and Ryan were there. She had 10 or 12 people there, and the 3 of them all booked shows with me. And I was like, yes, I got them. But sometimes I would go to a show and it was me and 2 people and they'd already booked shows 3 weeks ago. And I was like, uh-oh, what am I going to do now? But the commitment I made to myself was I was going to book 2 each time I held a show. And so I either had to call the outside orders, I had to call some people back who weren't there, or I had to go into my own lead pool to get those 2 bookings. 2 shows a week, no matter what. 2 bookings for every show you do, no matter what. Now, quick math, right? Anybody doing the math on that? You're thinking, oh my gosh, if I really book 2 from every one I do, within months, I'm not going to have any room in my calendar. That should be the worst of your problems, right? But here's the deal. What that allows you to do, right? And Michelle and Rachel and Claire will tell you this is true. What that allows you to do is to share your business with other people. And so if I book 3 shows from Claire's show, say Michelle and Ryan and Sonia all booked from Claire's show, and Claire decides she wants to come into the business, it's no big deal for me to say, Claire, I've got 3 bookings. You can start your business tomorrow. Get off to a great start, right? Because the more I give back in this business, the more that's always going to come to me. And so booking 2 from every show, it's really true, isn't it, Claire? Mm-hmm. It's like the more you give in this world, the more that comes back. And I know it doesn't make any sense that I should go out and recruit every host and give away. But when you're giving away, when you're welcoming new people to your team, you're helping them get their shows together, it's amazing how it comes back to you. Just like the growth on this team right now that's happening, the growth in the Landy organization. The more energy, the more excitement, the more enthusiasm, the more you throw out to the world, the more is going to come back to you every single time. So that is the key. 2 shows a week, no matter what. 2 bookings from every show, and 2 leads from every show you do. Here I go again. Let me just take a breath. The end of the day is always the worst, right? Okay, so the 2 leads from every single show you do. And the last thing, the second commitment I'm going to ask you to, the first one, right, was to commit to yourself that you're going to work on 2 bookings from every show. But the last commitment is something called show-based coaching. And so if your goal is to become a director in the Pampered Chef, one of the things that you want to commit to is the opportunity to have show-based coaching with your leader, with Claire or with Michelle or Rachel or any of the leaders in this team. And basically what show-based coaching is you commit to your director that you're going to call them after every show you do. And depending on if they're a night owl or a morning person, I was always a morning person. Nobody called me at 10 o'clock at night, believe me. I was usually in bed. But I'm up at 5 a.m. and people could call me at 7 o'clock in the
Call me back
morning.
at 608-338-566.
Uh-oh.
Otherwise, we'll talk to you sometime tomorrow. Thanks.
Roger, can you
Bye.
mute yourself?
Go.
Roger, it sounds like you're working. Okay.
I'm on.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi, Roger.
All right, Judy, keep going. Keep going.
Okay, so show-based coaching, you want to commit to your leader. If you're actually committed to becoming a director in 3 months or less, you're going to commit to your director to call her after every single show. And what you're going to talk about is not how much you sold at the show, because we already know you sold product. That's what happens at shows, right? It's who did you meet? How many bookings did you get? Who are your leads? Did you get your 2 bookings from that show? So that they can help you really make sure you're building a strong, stable foundation to your business, and also help you identify people who might want to join your team so that you can have that promotion to director. So show-based coaching, huge, huge, okay? And so those are my tips. Become a woman or a man on a mission to add shows to your calendar. If your May isn't where it needs to be, well, Claire's in Mexico. While the cat's away, the mice will book shows. How fun is that, right? Claire, you should give them a cat's away challenge.
Well, we do have a couple challenges here. We have some on this call tonight that are committed to making things happen this month.
Yes.
And so
who's
can
really
you-
working to be
can
a
you
director?
say hello?
Yes. Who are you?
Who are they? Say it loud, say it proud, and say it freaking terrified.
I am Roger LaGrange, and I am planning to make it by May 24th.
Oh,
Yay! Woo! Who else?
That's Roger. Where's Roger? I don't
I'm
see
as
you,
LaGrange.
Roger.
I don't have
Oh, LaGrange, I see. So you're on the phone. All right, so there's Roger, and I saw Diane waving her hand.
Yep. Yay, Diane.
And I see Mary Lou. I see the top of her head. I see
do?
Rita. I saw Sherry.
Yeah, that's
Awesome.
great.
That is so great.
So they're gaining momentum. They're booking shows. Sherry came into the business with 5 shows on her calendar
Amazing.
before she even called me.
Amazing.
Wow, that's fabulous. Congratulations.
So
And I think you were telling me Mary Lou has 9 shows on her calendar this month already,
she
right?
does.
Woohoo!
Mary Lou, I see just the tip of your head.
I don't
I
see
don't see you guys at all.
which one is that. Is this Herbie?
Yes, that's Mary. Mary Lou.
Hi, Mary Lou.
Put your arms together.
Hi.
It says Herbie. That's why I didn't know it was you, darling. Just wave your hand like this. So there she is.
I don't know how you guys are seeing because I'm not seeing you at all.
Oh my gosh. Guys, you know what? This team is on its way. It's on fire. It's on its way. And Mary Lou and Roger and Diane, all of you, keep your eye on the prize. It can happen this month. And you have people around you who can be partnered. And for the rest of you on this call, if you want to be a director, you need to share that. And don't be afraid to do it. Don't be afraid to do it. I mean, goodness gracious. The things that are worth the most in our life doing are sometimes the hardest things. And sometimes people are just afraid
Amen.
to commit, but go for it. Commit to it first. That's how it all starts. And Claire, I want to turn it over to you so you can do the rest of your meeting. But thank you for inviting me to come on tonight.
Thank you for joining us, and I will see you for breakfast on Wednesday morning.
You will. You'll see me in the lobby on Tuesday when you come in. I'm going to be we're all on meet and greet duty. So all you guys are coming. Who else is coming to Mexico? Rachel?
Yep.
Yay! So I'll see you guys in Mexico on Tuesday. Claire, I'll see you on Wednesday. And I can't wait to hear about how things are going on this team when I see you on Wednesday. Okay?
All right.
Yay! Isn't it
Just got
great?
back from the Bahamas cruise.
Yeah, the cruise was fabulous.
Yes, the beach, it was, unbelievable.
The beach party was the best, right?
Yes, it was.
And then the rainy day was a rainy day, but we made the best of it,
Yes,
didn't
we did.
Absolutely. That was so much fun too. So, all right, guys, I'm going to say goodbye. Mwah.
Thank you, Judy.
Stay
Bye,
focused.
Judy.
Go make a history happen together.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Judy.
Bye.
You guys, we sold 70,892 last month.
Wow.
Woo! Last year we did 54.
Unbelievable.
We are 40 more shows on the calendars this year, or this month, last month than last. So we are doing awesome. 12 more recruits. Things are moving along, and we have gained another director. So before I have our newest director chat with us, we invited Ryan to join with us because he's awesome. How many days? How many days did you do it in?
40 days.
40 days. 40 days and 40 nights, right?
Yep.
So there were lots of questions that we had for you, Ryan. So do you want to just quickly share your story about you?
Yeah, definitely. So, today's day 46 for me. I'm counting every single day. I do work full-time for Starbucks. I'm a full-time student, and I started with the Pampered Chef to make the goal is to make $300 a month. And when I told that to Donna Landy, she's like, "That's it?" And I was like, "Yeah, I think that's gonna be it." So I worked and I worked and I worked, and within my first week, I promoted from consultant to senior consultant to team leader. And then within 30 days from that, I promoted to director. And my first paycheck was $1,765. So,
What do you think of that?
Awesome.
honestly, like, I cried. It was like just a very emotional moment. I was able to pay off a credit card, pay a month of rent. Like, it's amazing what this company can do for us, especially as we continue to move up in it. And I'm just so excited.
So everybody was wondering, how did you get your first shows?
I begged.
Okay. You did it.
Yeah. I think the biggest words were not, "Hey, Claire, do you want to have a show with me?" It was, "Hey, Claire, I just started my business and I could really use your help getting this business started." So it wasn't, "Will you do it?" It was, "Could you help me with it?" And that was very beneficial. And I booked, Donna said, "Can you book 6 shows in 48 hours?" And I booked 10 in the first 24 hours.
Nice.
So wasn't messing around. But
How many people did you need to contact to get those 10 shows?
a lot.
Yeah.
At least like the good 40 from my launch list.
Awesome.
But you didn't give up.
I didn't, no.
You didn't stop at 6, which is awesome. You kept going.
Yeah, I needed that money.
So what made you decide to go for directorship in a month? What was that deciding factor?
Well, I was introduced to the fast track to director. So I did get my first $500 cash bonus for promoting to director my first 90 days. I will be holding it for at least 3 months to get that second 500, and I am working on one of my consultants right now to promote to director so that I can get that $1,000 cash bonus. So
Awesome.
$2,000 in bonuses on top of all of the commission from our sales too. And our team is we're not messing around. We are selling. So
Cool.
yeah.
So how did you recruit and get 5 active in 30 days? How did you do it?
I asked every single host for all of my parties if they were interested in learning more about the business. And 3 of the 6 people on my team were hosts of mine. So that's how big the thing was. But the second thing was the full service checkout, whether it was a cooking show or a virtual show. the first thing I asked for every single person was, what inspired you about the business? And that gives you like one little thing that you can just keep on digging, like, oh, well, maybe I like the free products. Well, then you can take that right into there. And if they don't want to go with the business, well, then you can take that from getting free products from hosting a party. So I asked every single person what if they wanted to learn more about the business, because so many people are interested in earning a little bit of extra income, right? And
They are.
so asking every single person, and there were a lot of no, but all right.
So how did your team reach the 5,000 in that month?
Well, definitely had to stay on top of them. It was very stressful that last week of the month, and I've heard that every last week of the month is stressful, but that's okay. It was just constantly contacting them, reaching out to them, and asking, like, what can I do to help you?
Mm-hmm.
But I also offered incentives to them. Like this month, I know that I have some stuff for my director boxes that I had, just like some extra things. So like first consultant to get $12.50 in sales before the 15th will get this, whatever. Just little incentives. It doesn't even have to be anything crazy. Like last month I did it with the coated Santoku knife, so it's like $20, and we got over $6,000 in sales. So you gotta do what you gotta do, right?
That is awesome. Great job. I'm probably not. Well, do you want to just, you said the virtual and with the cooking shows. So you said what inspired you. Did you do that also with your virtual, and did you do a form, or did you do individual messages with people?
I did individual messages and phone calls.
Okay, so what did that sound like when you did those? The same thing?
Yep, same exact thing. I treated a phone call just like if we were at a cooking show. And I don't let them get away without getting something from me. So whether it's a cooking show, like you're gonna get a recipe card with my contact information on it, or if it's a phone call, I'm gonna send you an email with a cookbook for the Deep Covered Baker, the Rock Crock, whatever. So you're not getting away without a way to contact me back, because then they can come to you for the business or booking a party or just making a purchase. So you're not leaving my party without something with my name on it.
Good for you. Does anybody have any questions for Ryan? You are so inspiring, and we thank you. You're an inspirational leader. You're inspiring so many people to go for it right away and to do it in a short time. Do you agree that it's smart to just take that momentum and drive and do it?
Definitely.
And forget about being scared?
Yeah, you have all of this energy at the very beginning, and it's the perfect opportunity to like overload your schedule with parties, and it's the perfect opportunity to do it in your first month or two. So,
and even if you've been in the business for a while, take that and build that momentum within yourself and treat it like it's a fast track, and just set that goal, just like Judy was talking about. And that's why we have all these things in place right now. So we've had our 6 weeks to success, and it's coming to a close next Sunday, but we do have the Moving Up group that we have joined forces with the Landy organization. And then those who have 8 shows on their schedule or 6 shows and 2 consultants can be in the I Will Promote in May group. And that's where it's happening right now. And to be honest, that's where things are really having to happen this month. We have this month that 3 of our team members on my personal team need to promote by the end of May. And we'll do it together, guys. We'll do it together. And then we have to reach the same qualifications next month. So There's
Breathe. Breathe.
there's no way around it. We have so much to do, and we have so many people on our entire organization that want to move up. And I can't wait to see where we're going to be at the end of next month. But this month is like pertinent. If we don't do it this month, we don't make history. Not to be putting it in our hands, but that's the truth. So we have another person on here that just promoted, and that is Sonia. So Sonia, are you still on?
Yeah.
I am right here.
Oh, there you are.
Hi.
Hi.
So tell us a little bit about your journey. Why was it the right month?
Well, April was my anniversary for Pampered Chef, and it was the 3-year anniversary. So I just want to prove that you can teach old dogs new tricks.
Amen.
So that was kind of really exciting. And it's April is also April is my wedding anniversary month. So John and I have been together for 18 years. We have been in our DJ karaoke business for 16 years, and I work full time, and I help him with his businesses over the last couple of years too. But I wanted to actually hit directorship in December, and when I didn't, I'm like, April is it. I'm going to do it. That's my anniversary month for Pampered Chef, and it has to happen. And I don't know why. It just had to happen. I set a goal also of hitting $50,000 in career sales, and I thought, why not just do it all at once? So I did that too. So I've got the over 50,000 in career sales. We have now 10 on our team, and I am so proud of all 10 people, whether they're active right now or not. They are going to be, and they're working all really, really hard. And with your help, Claire, with Rachel's help, Michelle, you helped me at a conference last year by showing me the career plan thing. So I know exactly what I need to get to move up to each level. And I've been sharing that with my team as much as I possibly can, especially when they say they want to promote or they want more. I'll show them that and say, this is what you need. This is all you need to do. You can do this. And I keep trying to keep them all on a positive mode. And just, I do what Rachel tells me, I do what Claire tells me, but yet they also know that this is my business and I sometimes need to shut down. I have other things like, I had to go to National Bowling Conference on April 30th, and that's when I promoted to director. I was sitting in 10 and a half, 11 hours in Dallas-Fort Worth Airport, messaging Rachel, messaging Claire, messaging my team, how we're helping Brittany close a show, talking to Roger and Dawn while I was traveling, and doing whatever we can, and just said, we can do this, we can do this. I asked my team for help and said, I want to do this, can you help? And they said yes, and they did. They came through with orders. They came through that, almost 100% of them are going to get commission checks this month. And the more I can help them, the more it turns around, they help me. And I'm so proud of them.
Rachel, you have done amazing helping others promote. Do you have anything else that you want to share or ask?
The one thing you could do when you decide that you're going to go for it, the first thing you need to do is call your director, call whoever is going to be your support system, and say, I'm doing it, and this is the deadline. And you guys heard Roger announce it earlier. He's got a specific date in mind. He is promoting by May 24th. And just having that and shouting it out loud and letting everyone keep you accountable is fabulous. And when you tell your director, the first thing you're going to hear is, okay, I'm going to push you. Is it okay for me to push you? And the answer is yes. Even if you're freaking terrified, the answer is yes. And then you're going to be in contact all the time. And don't feel bad about messaging your director every 5 minutes. This is what your team sales are. Like, Sonia's laughing. She may or may not have done that at the airport. But that's that's what we're here for. We're here to help you after every show. And I mean, Sonia can tell you that we were chatting more and more and more in April than we usually do. And it was because I was, if you will, all up on her with everything going on. But that's because your director team's been through this many times, right? We go through it every month with our own teams, and we help everybody else all the time. If Jason was on, he would tell you just to do what Donna says, do what Claire says, do what Rachel says. You know, we're going to give you some suggestions, and if you come to us and say, okay, I want to promote, and I've got a show coming up, what can I do to really focus on recruiting? We did that with Sonia. She came to me with that question, and I gave her some tips. And did it work?
And I promoted Pat, or I had Pat join because of it.
And she's on. Hi, Pat.
Yay! I know it.
But yeah, Pat's on, and Pat joined her team after Sonia took the advice of just take the kit to your parties. You guys, make it simple. Take the kit. Throw that off. That's probably another really big piece of recruiting advice. If you're sitting there and you're looking at your team, you're like, I need some new people. Focus on the kit and focus on recipes that you can make just with the kit. And I know it's hard because we've got some really fun new gadgets and fun new tools, and we really want to play with them. But you're going to create desire for the products that you take to your shows and the products you use at your shows. So if you are taking the kit and using that, when you sit down at checkout and look at that order and you add it up and you're like, wow, you have $150 worth of items on your list here. You get the starter kit for $109. Or you could just go ahead and get the ultimate kit for $249 and have probably more than 3 items. You're going to have all those items, right? If you need recipe ideas, there is a spot on Consultants Corner that has a bunch of recipes that's specific to each of the kits. So if you want to showcase one of the kits, use some of those recipes or ask your director team for ideas. But I mean, those would be my tips. Make the decision, let everyone know, ask for advice, take our advice, and take that kit with you, or at least be using just products out of the kit at every single show.
And don't you all feel like if you're not shaking, your goal isn't big enough? Believe me, I have to tell you, I didn't sleep when we made the decision, but I knew the decision was right for all of you. We have to make history, guys. This is such a unique opportunity that won't ever happen again. And I just would love to have you all in the record books. It's not about us. It's about all of you being part of history. And it makes me just kind of giddy to think that could happen. We have so much work to do. So, I mean,
there's so many extras that you're going to get at conference just for being on the director team. There's the director day where there's extra trainings and stuff just for directors. There's the director party, which last year was a blast. It was ridiculously fun. You get to cross the stage as a brand new director, but then when we celebrate the Landy team going national, we all get to be up there with her again, directors and above. So you totally want to be up there with us. I know that there are people on this call tonight who are going for advanced before conference as well. And so then you get to be on the stage a third time because you get to walk as a director, you get to walk as advanced, you get to walk with the Landy team. I can tell you I love being up on stage. It's so fun.
They're going to ask for your autograph. You'll be up there so much.
Right? It's so fun to go out, you're up there and you walk out on the stage and everybody, the entire stage, like the entire theater, that's the word I'm looking for, everybody's cheering for you. And you have that moment up on the stage and you feel like the king or the queen of the entire world right then and there. And you're standing up next to all these amazing, amazing people And you just have this moment where you're like, I have worked so hard and here I am, and it is awesome, 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 awesome.
They reward you in so many ways. So we have just 10 minutes, but I wanted well, first of all, I wanted to acknowledge and applaud those who had moved up to team leader. So who became a team leader last month? I don't know if Karina's on here, but super stoked. Their team blew it out of the water with numbers.
Awesome.
Anybody else? All right. So I would love to have any of our directors that are on the call to give their best tips, because what we have found is that when somebody decides to promote, that they take it and they run with it. And that's what happened with Jason. Do you want to is Jason on here at all?
No, he can't be on tonight.
Okay. Can you just give a really 2-minute synopsis of how he pulled that off in a month?
So his story is he got halfway through June, I think it was, realized he was not going to earn all the products he wanted in the free-for-all, and decided it'd be easier to promote to director than try to get 6,000 in sales on his own. So in the last 2 weeks of the month, he's already halfway through June. In the last 2 weeks of the month, he said, all right, I'm going to do this. He had one person on his team. So it was constant reaching out to everybody. And he was 100% virtual consultant at the time. Reached out to everybody and just offered the business to every single person he had ever met, pretty much. He and I worked very closely together. There was a couple people that maybe were kind of interested, but were just really on the fence, leaning towards not doing it at all. And got their permission to let me chat with them. And it was really fun to be able to call him a couple times and say, hey, so-and-so signed up. I just helped them sign up. And he was like, wait, what? So utilizing your directors. So he only had 2 weeks left in the month, but he ended up recruiting 5 that month. So then he had 6 people 5 in that 2 weeks. So he ended up having 6 people on his team at the end of the month. We worked to get 5 of them active with virtual parties, just quick, like 3-day virtual parties, just to get them active. And he had some sales to back it up. And then he promoted with a whole 24 to 48 hours to spare in the month. So he didn't even have to worry about numbers on the last day of the month, which is also really, really nice to do. So again, just made the decision and literally ran with it.
Is Angie on tonight?
I don't see her.
Okay. So Angie, if you don't remember her story, she actually went on vacation.
During the month, yeah.
During the month. And so she made a decision, and then she went ahead and she talked to others and asked. And that was the big thing. She asked people if they were interested, and they said yes. So make sure you're going out there and asking, have that full show schedule. You know, we've been saying get 4 shows, get 6 shows, get 8 shows. It's for a reason, because it is going to make your business so much easier. Because when you are having these shows, and just as Judy said, you know, there are going to be people who decide that they want to do this. And when they decide, yes, you want to have a strong business besides that. So Rachel, you also made a decision a couple years ago. So tell me a little bit about that.
My decision came when my team was starting to grow and I was getting close to having the numbers I needed on the team. And we were talking about conference. And I said, you know what, I want to go to conference and I want to be on that stage. I can do that. And I needed to still find a couple more recruits, I think, and had to work on getting them active. But you know, it was kind of like Ryan's wording when he was reaching out for his first shows. You know, I kind of said, hey, I'm going for a big goal. You know, would you be willing to help me out? And not everybody that was on my team at that point is still on the team now. Mm-hmm. In fact, I don't know that any of them are, which is just how this business rolls. But at that time, we weren't doing a lot of virtual parties. So it was more like gathering outside orders and such, which was actually more work. virtual parties are way nicer to be able to get those quick sales.
So Penny, can you share quickly too about you? You decided, and what happened?
Well, I decided it was the end of the year. It was probably October, November, and I looked at my numbers, and I was really close to earning the trip, and I decided that if I didn't become a director, if I became a director, I could earn the trip. But if I didn't become a director, I wasn't going to be able to get the trip. So I looked at my shows, and I knew that the only way I could do it was if I booked enough shows that I had enough sales and could get my team to have enough sales so that they were active. But it came down to sales for me. Like, I needed to have enough sales to put me in that position. I needed to have enough sales to make sure that my team was in that position in case my team members were only active that month. So I didn't rely on the sales from my team to pull me through it. I just booked enough shows October, November, December to put myself in the position that as long as the rest of my team was active and I recruited like one or two, that I could make it happen. So that when my niece ended up having a show, and I was like, well, if you want to start selling Pampered Chef, you can put this show in your name. I could do that because I had the sales that I needed to be able to turn that show over to her.
So you made a decision and you made it work.
Right. With the deadline of December
With the deadline.
31st.
All right.
Which I highly don't recommend the deadline of 31st of any month.
No, we're gonna shoot for an earlier deadline. So Michelle, do you have anything you want to share?
I'd just like to add that some people call it a deadline and some people call it a goal. And that is what you need to do is you need to set your goal, set a date, like Rachel said, and have a consistent show schedule. If you're looking for a formula, that's the formula. It's not rocket science. Consistent shows, set a goal, let your director know, and then we will work it with you to get you promoted. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. It's easy as that. Bing, bang, boom.
So we've been teaching you how to cook. That's been our whole goal during these 6 weeks of success and the weeks before that. Teaching you how to have good show schedules, how to have great shows, how to recruit, how to host, coach, how to do everything. We can't teach you anymore. Right now,
we can.
right now is action time. But I want you to be thinking about what have I learned over the weeks and what am I going to continue to learn? Tonight, we're going to have Karen Smith teaching us how to have incredible shows by selling products and also by host coaching. We're teaching you how to maximize your time so you have a solid business. So at the end of the month, you aren't struggling. And that's our whole goal because we want you to enjoy this business. We want you to love this business. And we want you to be sharing it with others because you have that same passion that we all have for what we do. Agreed? Yes. So we have an opportunity night tomorrow night. Here's all your homework. Write it down. We have an opportunity night tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. We'll send you the details. Invite one person or more, but I would love to have all of you on there with at least one guest. Because by the end of the week, when we come back, I would love to see that we have quite a few team leaders in training on our team, which means 2 people. That is such a great start to have by the 13th of the month. So we're going to shoot for all of us to have at least 2 more people on our team during this week. And I would love for all of you to go and get on the phone and book 10 shows. Go for it. Just go for it because it's going to help you. You're going to have a great paycheck. It's going to set you up for success. And that's what we want for all of you is success. So does anybody have any other questions? All right, I'm going to stop this recording. We want to thank you, Ryan, for joining us. Congratulations, Sonia, also. And here is to an incredible, strong, but freaking terrified month. But it's going to be so exciting. It's going to be so worth it. We can do this.
You can totally do this.
Let's make history. Let's do it. Let me see those hands. Woo! All right, we can. We can. Not if, we can. So I'm going to turn off the recording.